13 years ago, a movie by the name Finding Nemo was released. It became one of Pixar's biggest hits and became one of the best-selling DVDs of all time. It starred a little fish named Nemo who got stolen from some people and was taken across the ocean. So Marlin, being an overprotective parent because all his children and his wife were killed by a shark, went on a quest to find him with his new friend Dory, a fish who has short-term memory loss. The film was, of course, really good. I mean, if you don't like Finding Nemo, then you probably obviously have some problems. But, it was a really good film. It's definitely not my favorite Pixar film, but it is still undoubtedly really good. And I'm not gonna lie, I was one of the people who didn't really think it needed a sequel. I mean, I thought it ended perfectly. It had even the end at the end. So I didn't really think it needed a sequel. I wasn't screaming, oh, this film never needs a sequel. If it gets a sequel, I'm never going to see it. I was just like, okay, I guess I'll see it. I mean, what can be so bad? But so I went ahead and saw it on opening day, pretty much, just because I've been doing that for a few years. So I just went ahead and saw it. And let's go ahead and first do the little short. I think it was called Piper or Peeper, something like that. I liked it a lot more than that lava one from I think last year with the two mountains. That one I didn't really care for. This one I really liked it. It was insanely cute. I mean, just the birds looked really good, and that little baby bird was cute and everything. I really liked it. It was pretty much about this little bird who's afraid of going in the water, and his mom is trying to get him to go in there so he can or she can get its food and go on and live an adult life at one point. But it gets the help from these little I think there might have been hermit crabs. I'm not too sure, but it got the help from the crabs, and with it was able to get its fear of water out of the way. It was a good short. I liked it a lot more than the last few. It was good, so I really liked it. I liked how it looked visually, and it was just really cute. As I already said, I liked Finding Nemo. It was a really good movie, even though I didn't think it needed a sequel, but I did really like it. So, Finding Dory is pretty much just about, it focuses on Dory this time, rather than Nemo. So, Dory is kind of starting to miss her family, but she really isn't sure where they are. So, she starts getting these flashbacks to eventually help her. She gets flashbacks of her home and her parents and things like that, and it starts to help her on where her family may be. So, both Marlin and Nemo agree to go and try to take her to her family, even though it's gonna be really hard, but they do agree to do it. So they travel all the way to California and get there, but eventually all of them get separated, or they get separated from Dory. But with the help of a octopus named, I think his name was Hank, she'll go and try to find her parents, as long as she gives her little tag to Hank so he can go to Cleveland. So overall, I did really like this movie. It was really good. It didn't disappoint me. I didn't like it as much as Inside Out did. That movie to me was incredible, but I did really like this movie. I liked it more than I thought I was going to. I really liked the little part with the baby Dory with the giant eyes. That was really cute. I like that. I mean, it's amazing how big her eyes were. They were pretty much the size of her body. It must have been half her weight. I really like that. I did also like the character of Hank. At first, I thought he was going to be the villain, because he acted like it. He was just a complete jerk. I mean, it looked like he was going to have to rip Dory's fin off just to get the tag, because he was desperate to get that thing. But of course, as you expect, along the way, they do start to get more friendly towards each other along the way, and things work out for them. So, and so then there's also the things that you're supposed to go and look for. I couldn't find A113. I mean, that one is always really hard to find. I don't think I've ever been successful of looking for that one on my own, ever. It's always a really difficult one to find, and I couldn't find it anywhere, so I'm not too sure where it is. It's what? Just, I'm gonna have to start looking up that one in a few days when more people see it and try to spot it. I remember it took a while for people to find the Pixar Planet and A113 or Pizza Planet and Inside Out, and even the dinosaur movie, so this one also might take a while. As for the Pizza Planet truck, I think I found it. I'm not too sure. I think it was at the really beginning of the film where Dory was trying to look for her parents, and it was this rusted car on the bottom of the ocean. I think that was it. I'm not too sure though. But, because I thought about it a few minutes after it went over that part, but I'm not too sure it's it. So, oh, and there's also the part where of the next upcoming film. This one's a little bit more confusing because the movies kind of got mixed up. I mean, originally the dinosaur movie was supposed to premiere first last year, then I think, and then maybe Inside Out, then no, the dinosaur movie was supposed to be in 2014, I think. Then Inside Out, then Finding Dory. I think that was how it was originally planned, but things got mixed up, so I'm not sure if this had a Inside Out reference or a Good Dinosaur reference or a Cars 3 reference. I'm not completely sure. I don't know which one it was, so it was just, that would have been really hard to look for. I am really happy that they also got the actors back. The only one I think they really couldn't get back was the kid who originally played Nemo, because obviously his voice broke, so he couldn't play Nemo anymore. But I kind of wish he at least got a cameo as someone. I think that would have been nice, but I don't think they did. I didn't hear anything about that, so. And then as for John Ratzenator, or whatever his last name is, I think he was the big clam. I think that's what he was. I'm not completely sure, but I'm pretty sure he was that. It sounded a lot like him. I'm almost definite that was him. If it wasn't, I'm not sure which one was him. As for the CGI, some things improved, some things are pretty much the same. The things that are pretty much the same are the fish. I don't think the fish look any different, really, than they did last time. They almost look the exact same. I mean, not even a bit different. Because, I was really surprised because in Monsters University, the monsters did look different than they did in the original Monsters, Inc. They just kind of had better light reflection on them and better shadowing, all that. The fish just, in this movie, looks pretty much the same. And for the Toy Story films, they also improved on that with shadowing and light and everything like that. But this film, it didn't really look like that. The thing that it looks like they really improved on were the people. In the original movie, the people looked kind of cartoonish and everything like that, but that was back in the early 2000s. And back then, humans were never really looked that good. I mean, back then, I thought the humans in Shrek looked phenomenal. Now, they look pretty bad. I mean, they're not horrendous, but you can definitely tell they're CGI, and it's dating. Along with the humans in the old Toy Story movies. But they did really improve on that a lot. As well as the cars, because they also looked kind of cartoonish in the original movie, but in this one, they greatly improved. And I probably should have stayed to the after credits scene, because I heard that's where the tank team from the original movie appears, but because my mom actually dropped me off at the movie theater, I didn't want to keep her waiting, so I kind of had to leave early. But I did look it up, and from what I heard, they were still there, and they were still in the little bags. I really wished I stayed. I mean, that was probably pretty funny, but unfortunately I was stupid and I didn't. Anything else about this film? I did kind of like Dory's parents. They weren't the best addition ever, but they were pretty good. And then that one Sharker, I think her name was Destiny, she was also a lot of fun as well. And as for the... it was also a pretty funny film. I don't think I got as many laughs as it as I did other Pixar movies, but it was still kind of okay. I was also kind of hoping maybe for the redhead kid from the original film to appear, or the dentist, but I guess I really shouldn't have expected that because that was in Australia and this one's in California, so I guess I really shouldn't have expected that because chances of them appearing would have been pretty slim. So overall, it's a pretty good film. I did really enjoy it, but as a film that I wasn't looking 100% to, I did like it. They didn't show a trailer for Cars 3, so there's still a lot of speculation on that movie. Maybe it will be better than Cars 2, but just for some of the sequels they have made, you just can't help but wonder if they're going to screw up on it or not. It's a movie I'm not really looking that forward to, but I will still see it in the end. So, Finding Dory, it's a good movie. If you like the original Finding Nemo, you'll probably like it. If it's a movie you've been waiting for years, I think you'll like it. But if you're like me and you're just wanting a film just to go and lay back on and just enjoy, you'll like it too. But probably not as much as the big Finding Nemo fans. But it is still a good movie. So that's pretty much really all I had to say on it. I can't really think of anything else, but it's a good movie. I'm expecting it to make quite a lot of money because I do know a lot of people have been waiting for this, but if getting tongue-tied, if people do end up hating it, I'll honestly be kind of surprised because as a person who didn't really care about seeing it, I'm really glad I'm seeing it. So go ahead and see it because if you don't, you're missing out.